Good morning, everyone. It is August 7th, 2019. 31 years old today. That's incredible. So incredible. Thank you guys for being here and for just supporting me throughout the past year and a half. You guys have been amazing. Just wanted to start this birthday off with extreme gratitude. And yeah, just had a couple of thoughts that I wanted to share today. Nothing super crazy, but I like to make birthday videos because they're definitely a time for me to reflect and pause on what's happened and to be grateful for the things that are currently going on and the things that have happened in the past. So the first thing, I just wanted to show gratitude to all you guys for being subscribed to my channel, landing on this video, supporting me, following me over the past year and a half. But yesterday, I wanted to tell you guys a story of what happened. I received a text from my old boss back when I was a civil engineer. Her name is Carla, and she sent me this text. And she was the first one to wish me a happy birthday yesterday, the day before my birthday, and I was like, oh my God. In that moment, when I received that text, I almost cried. I was so emotional because in that moment when I received that text, it slapped me in the face so hard of everything that's happened in the past 2 years, because I quit my career about 2 years ago now, and it was just like a huge flashback of what has happened in the past 2 years. And so many times we feel like we've accomplished so little or nothing, or we're not getting anywhere. Oftentimes I feel like that, in business every day. I'm like, oh, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. But just thinking about what I've accomplished in the past 2 years and, the lives that I've impacted, it's such this phenomenal feeling, and that's why I almost cried. And I also think back to the impact that this woman had on me, because she was a leader, and I loved, and one day I thought I wanted to model after her, and it just made me so grateful for everything my family prepared me for, my friends, before I was an entrepreneur. And yeah, it was just the greatest feeling. All right, so as we flash back to 2 days ago when I was going on this rant, I just talked about random things, warning. I talked about random things that I learned and discovered this year, so bear with me. So one of the coolest things I like to say about my birthday, my mom would have waited 16 more hours. I would have been born on 8/8/88. But instead, I was born on 8/7/88, which is still kind of cool. But today, actually, I am 30 years old. 30 years, 363 days. I think that, yeah, because 365. Kind of reflect on how I'm feeling at this point in time in my life. Or just a little after my 30th birthday, I did this video right here called 30, being single, 30 with no kids. And I made that video because people say you feel a certain type of way, everything changes when you hit 30, and everyone's scared to turn 30, and I was pumped to turn 30, and 30 was actually an amazing year of my life. But I made that video. You guys can check it out later after this one. The first thing I wanted to do is just give you guys kind of a snapshot of who I am and where I came from. So I was born almost 31 years ago with this full set of hair. Mom said that when I was born, I had this I looked kind of like a monkey because I had all this hair just right by my face, and she's like, how do you have so much hair? And it's still here, Mom. I grew up, my dad was in the military, so we had to live in Japan and Hawaii, and then later on we moved to Southern California, and that's really where I was raised and grew up. So I went to high school there. That's where I was raised, and in high school, it was all about getting good grades and competing with all my friends on who got the best grades. It was all about sports. I played three sports in high school. I ran track, I played golf, and basketball was my favorite sport. I started playing basketball when I was, in the 3rd grade. And that was my dream job, was to be a professional basketball player back in the day. That was going to be it. It's funny because as I look back, I just kind of smile today because I think about change, and some people argue that people change over the years, but some people argue that people never change. And I think that what changes, not really your personality and who you are, but I think what definitely changes is your perspective and the routes that you want to take in life that push you into different directions. I mean, because everybody, when they're little, they have these dreams of being different things. I wanted to be a professional WNBA player, but I wanted to be a physical therapist. I wanted to be a drug narcotics agent in the CIA. I wanted to be all kinds of different things. When I entered college and I was kind of forced to choose a major, I chose engineering. And so I'm like, okay, I had to hype myself up to to be like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna be like the best civil engineer ever. And that's like the image I had for myself when I was, you know, when I was 19 and 20. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna grow up to be one of the best in civil engineering and have this retirement party at the age of 62. It's crazy just looking back and smiling at all these things that I thought I was going to be, and looking at, you know, who I am now. Like, I'm a YouTuber. That is wild. That is still wild to me that I am a YouTuber. You know, a job of the future that was imagined just 10 years ago is now here, and I have that job. The first thing I wanted to talk about was relationships. Relationships are so interesting to me, and when I go back and think about change, when I was like 18 years old, I imagined a life where I was 23, graduated from college, had a good career, and, you know, already like with the first, like, married at age 23 and having a baby at age 25. And I imagined that when I was 31, that I would be old, and I would have, you know, a big family house, and I would have my 3 kids by then, and my husband. And so, yeah, well, we all know how that turned out. Like, here I am in Colombia, and it's totally, completely different. Not married, never had kids. I've had 7 relationships since, I don't know, since high school, I guess, serious relationships. And I think it's interesting to me that people still feel like if they don't reach a certain age and they're not married or they're not in a serious relationship, sorry, this keeps unfocusing, and they don't have kids, they feel like unaccomplished. And that still, to me, blows my mind. I get it, but I think that this year I've learned that it's okay if your relationship doesn't work out, if you guys break up, if you guys get a divorce, because people focus and put so much negative energy on the fact that it's over and that it ended, and they forget the fact that it even happened. And I don't know why, because if 95% of that relationship was good, or 90%, and 10% was bad, I don't understand why people put such a big deal on that 10% that went bad. So think about that, because it reminded me of this the other day, because my friend announced that him and his girlfriend broke up on Facebook. And I think that's a great thing, because people always announce when they get together, and it's great, and it's all flowers and cheery and rosy. But when people break up, it's like, well, what happened? Like, we want closure too. We want to know what happened with your relationship. No, but seriously, it's like, why not highlight the good and acknowledge that it was a good relationship, but it just didn't work out? There's nothing wrong with that. And I think it goes, I just made this video on imposter syndrome. You guys can check that out after this video. That's imposter syndrome right there. When people are scared of what other people will think when they get out of a relationship. I swear that's a huge reason why people take forever to get out of a relationship or to break up with somebody, because they're scared of what their family and their friends will think, because they invested all these years and all this time. So anyways, that's just a thought I had about relationships. Now, switching topics a little bit from relationships to your passion, what I discovered this year was that you really discover what your passion is when you are a kid. And so I don't know, we're not able to obviously see that when we are a kid, or maybe even when we're a teenager, but it will pop up at some point in your adult life. I honestly do believe that. And when you figure that out, follow it. And keep following it, because there is a way to make money from your passion. And so for me, for example, I discovered this year that my passion is creating. I was born a creator, and that's what I love to do. I love to create myself. I love to create content and have you guys see the content. And it just brings me this joy. And I love helping other people do it as well and use their creative side, especially now with online marketing. There's so many ways to create, and that's just my jam. And that's why when I was a civil engineer, that profession would have never worked out, because I was not able to create. I was not able to use my creativity in that profession. And I think about when I was 4 years old or 5, when I lived in Hawaii, and we had this show and tell day, and I remember making this guitar out of paper machete. And it was so embarrassing, because I took that paper machete guitar to class, in front of the class, and I was pumped. I was like, yes, everyone's gonna see my new guitar, and I was gonna sing La Bamba. And I got in front of the class, and I think I sung it, and I was so embarrassed. But the point was, you know, I just enjoyed creating stuff just out of nothing. And so I think that I think everyone knows what their passion is. They just haven't rediscovered it in their adult life. So look out for those different signs. So I think I'll take a pause and continue this video or end this video on my actual birthday. All right? Dog barking, sorry. But right now I'm just going to take a moment to just say what I've accomplished in the last 2 years, because I think it's important to highlight your accomplishments, every single milestone. I've always done that. I've always documented my journey. When I hit 500 subscribers, when I had my first sale online, and so since then, you know, I've become a 6-figure business owner, like online business owner. That is nuts to me. You know, I'm a YouTuber. That is my profession. That was literally my dream job 3 summers ago when I first started YouTube and started putting up, you know, family vlogs and vacation videos. And, you know, I have an incredible team of 4 now that I've been able to hire this team of 4 incredible ladies. And oh my God, they help my business so much. They've taught me so much about business. I don't know where I'd be without them. And just in this past month, I helped my first students reach and cross 6 figures with their YouTube channel. I helped them start, I helped them grow. They put in a ton of hard work and they've crossed 6 figures. It's just the greatest feeling. And I'm officially location independent. I can live wherever I want in the world. And that really, really, really blows my mind sometimes. You know, at the making of this video, I'm in Medellin, Colombia, and this year I've traveled to 4 different countries, I think. I've just been grateful to be able to explore whenever I want, you know, change and operate my business from anywhere, a hammock outside, wherever, you know, any coffee shop in the world, wherever there is a internet connection, a strong internet connection at that. The mantra for this year, the thing that I think I'm most excited about and happy that it has happened, is that I've gotten clarity. I've gotten a lot of clarity over this past, you know, 7 months, and it's really exciting because I think just literally 2 months or 2 weeks ago, and I'll explain in the next video, so I'll link the next video if it's published already, but I figured out my passion project and how I could really help others create this online business and help you guys the most online, and that is super exciting. Way more to come, you know, the announcement on that, what that passion project is. But really, it's the one thing is I realized you will make money online. If you put in the work, it's inevitable you're gonna make money online. Imagine yourself making money online, the income you want, whether that's 5K a month, 10K, 20K a month, whatever, or higher. But imagine if that's really, really lighting your soul on fire and making you happy every single day. I want you to imagine that and what that looks like. Because for me, just this past year, I'm like, all right, I'm making the money online, but am I doing it in a way that sets my soul on fire? I mean, I know that sounds kind of cheesy, but really, guys, that is the most important thing, and that is why we become entrepreneurs. So I wanted to leave you guys with that. And if you haven't thought about that or haven't really aligned your goals with it, be sure to do that. Just take a notebook, a pad of paper, and align and, you know, put down your passions, what really, really, really sets your soul on fire, because there is a way to make money online with doing exactly that. I promise you there is. So I just wanted to wrap up this video and say, you know, thank you so much. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Subscribe to the channel, join the family if you haven't already. There's going to be some crazy good videos coming up on this channel, and thank you guys for being a part of this journey with me. All right, I'm Marissa Romero. I will see you on the next video. Take care.